Welcome to another series or another season of front-end web development. So this is a new session we are starting, and today's class is supposed to be about the modalities or kind of how we go ahead, in learning this course that we are about to start up with. We are doing front-end web development, and the course itself has several topics under them that will, or several modules under them that we will be handling. And what we've done is that we've grouped these modules into separate WhatsApp group. So if you notice, you will notice that you belong to HTML WhatsApp group, and that is for a reason. So what we did is that the whole course is front-end web development, and when you are doing front-end web development, there's quite a lot of things that you need to cover. There's a lot of things that will be covered in front-end web development, and those things are HTML, JavaScript, Bootstrap, CSS, and introduction to React. So in order not to make the whole thing too overwhelming, we've broken it down to module, such that once we finish one module, you can move to the next module. So the one we're working on now is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Don't worry, we'll go into, deep into those courses. What we are just doing today is for us to do like a startup ceremony to understand the modalities on how we are going to forge ahead to understanding this course. So when you have any question, you can unmute your mic and then ask your questions. Once you finish asking that question, you can mute your mic back so that it doesn't affect the recording, and then we don't have feedback, tune from what we're doing. Each section is going to be recorded and will be posted online. After each session or each class, I will send you guys a link so that you can actually watch the class again. You can go over it as many times as you wish, and that link will be sent to the group, to the WhatsApp group that you already belong to, and that's where you got this link to join in the first place. So this class has that's the HTML has, I guess, maybe 10 classes. HTML has 10 classes. At the end of HTML module, once you pass the class, we'll move you to the next module. Once you pass, we'll move you to the next module. And this is so that we can monitor your progress and the whole class will not just be rushed. So that's the system we've put in place. And the idea is so that you can easily monitor your progress. As I've said, we have HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. All these things can be confusing if you do not take it step by step. So that's the idea. That's the reason why we're taking it modular like this. And you don't need to worry about people leaving you behind or the class moving faster than you can handle. Because I know some of you might be having maybe day job, or you might be engaged in something else that might pull you away from focusing on the study. And that's fine. You can always come back at any time to watch the class or practice. We'll also be giving you assignments, classwork, assignments majorly, so that you can practice. The key to the success on this course is practice. We recommend that you have a project of what you want to achieve. If what I'm talking you seem to be lost, don't worry, we've not started anything. By the time we start talking about the program, it will give you more insight about what it is that we're trying to achieve here. Okay, so we have several platforms in which you can since you are already in the paid platform, so you don't really need to worry about other platforms. But most of our videos will be hosted on YouTube. There will be private videos, which is something like this, will be private. It will be shared to you guys. You'll be able to access the link. And then there will be public videos, which gives us the way to start the class. Like, for example, if we want to discuss a new topic, I will ask you guys to go and watch the video. And once you guys watch the video, we'll come back and have a class on that video. we'll review, you will have ask questions, and then there will be feedback, taken from those whatever you must have learned from those video or those topics. So does anyone have any question before we move on to the next thing? Okay, so with the absence of no questions, let's move to the next thing that we have. Let's move to the next thing. So today's class, even though it's supposed to be an introductory class, we will kick off with HTML 101. HTML 101. The course we are doing now is HTML. And we already have a class prepared for this. So let me show you the YouTube page where we have all this figured out. We already have all this played out. Let me open the YouTube page where you're going to be having all these things. So let me share my screen so that you guys can see what exactly I'm saying. So here you go to Process Guy. Normally, like I said, we'll be sending you the links, so you don't need to worry or cram, the links or anything. We'll be sending you those links. But this is the page. This is where all the course material will be loaded on, so you can at any time go and look at that. We have several videos, but so that you know what it is you are doing, you can come to playlist. Playlist gives you a way for you to just focus on what you are learning. There's quite a lot. Don't worry, that's why I'm here. I'm gonna guide you throughout this journey to make sure that you get everything that you need to get. So if you notice, this is HTML. This is the class we are doing today. So this is HTML class tutorials. This contains 9 videos. That's like 9 classes, like in summary. And this is going to cover all what you need to know in HTML. Like I said, what the process will be is that I'm going to send you the link, HTML 101. You are going to watch it. Then we're going to come to class and we'll talk about it. I will give you more insight about the course, and then you can give me question. You can send me question, and then I'll answer you. Also give you guys assignments on what to work on. So let me open one of the videos so that we can see how it looks like. So here it gives me all the 9 videos, even though, yeah, like I said, the videos are there, but I'll be sending those videos to you as you need to, so that you can know your progress is properly tracked. So this is what we are supposed to do today, HTML 101. After this class, you are still going to go and watch HTML 101. And the class is very short. Introductory class is very short. It's just 18 minutes. 18 minutes is very short. And so what I will tell you guys about this is we're going to do this class today. This is what we're going to do today. So, but I'm still going to send the link. So you have 2 links I'm sending to you. I'm sending you this link. And at the end of this video, I'm still going to send you the link of today's class as well. So that for the people that did not, show up in the class, they can also have access to it. So let's move on, guys. Now you've decided that you want to become a front-end web developer. That's why you are here, guys. You want to be a front-end web developer. And your purpose as a front-end web developer is somebody that, design websites. One of the purpose, there are other things. I don't just want to go into deep, one of those people that design that. So to get yourself ready, you can look at it like any other job. If you want to be a mechanic or you want to be a pilot, you need a workspace. You need to have a workspace. Civil engineer has a workspace. Everybody has a workspace. So you need to have your workspace set up. Most of you guys were asking me what are the things that we need. I can't just be throwing things at you. I wanted us to have it in class like this. So what you need is what we call an IDE. An IDE is integrated development environment. So let's look for the IDE. The IDE is VS Code. VS Code is what we are recommending. There are so many IDE out there, guys. We're not just fixed on this one. There are so many IDEs out there. But what we are going to be using throughout this course is going to be Visual Studio Code, and that's what we're going to be using. The link is there. I will also share the link in the bio. So depending on your operating system, well, we have two major operating systems, Windows and Mac. So I'm using Mac, and that's why it's saying that I can, I should download the Mac on my system. So go ahead and do the simple installation. So it should be very simple to install. And if you are having issue installing, no problem. I'm available at your beck and call. DM me, we can do a quick live, we can do a quick live chat where I can connect remote to your system and then help you with installation or any other things that you might be having issue with. And that's the purpose of this program, where you can have one-to-one like that. Okay. So once you click here to start downloading, once it downloads on your system, you will just install. So that's pretty straightforward. Assuming it has been installed, the next thing is to bring it up. So me, I have it installed already, obviously. I have it installed and it's sitting right on my desktop. So once I bring it up, it will look something like this. So let me let me bring it up from my system and share the screen so that you can see exactly what I'm looking at. So let me share my screen. So once you run it for the first time, you will see something that looks like this. Not exactly like this, because obviously I've run my own before. So it's looking, ready to be used. In your own case, it will be asking you some question, just like you're using it for the first time. Like, would you like, the color theme, and what projects would you like to do? So today, this is our environment where we'll be doing our coding. As a front-end web developer, you'll be coding. Well, not coding, so to say, you'll be designing slash coding, but it's more of designing than coding. You'll be doing designing for now. So I want to show you how it looks like if it has a file. So because I'm running it for the first time, I can then decide to open, new file. So I can go to file and then click on open. Now, this part is very important. This part I'm about to explain to you guys is very important. The first time you are running your Visual Studio Code, it's important that you create what you are doing. You create a folder and load into the folder. The folder is going to be your project where you are going to, be doing mostly everything you are doing. It's going to be in a folder as opposed to a file. So let's say, for example, you want to create a Microsoft Word document. Maybe you want to write a letter to somebody. So that letter is going to be a file. So let's say now you want to create a website for your friend. That website is going to be a folder. I need to stress that out very well. So when you are creating a website or you are creating a design, a project for anybody, it's always going to be in a folder. Very important. So you don't individually work with a file. You work more with a folder. So everything you will be doing will be placed in a folder. So, but it's fine that you can have several folders handling several things. So for example, now you might have, your brother might say, oh, design a website for me. So you can say website for brother A, that is in a folder. You can create another folder and say, oh, this is my own project. That's the second folder. So that anyone you want to open, you can open them by folder, not by file. Because inside the folder will be where your files will sit down. So this is different from, you're working with a Microsoft document or you're working with an Excel document. So this is different. So I need to stress that out very well. So let's go ahead and say file and open or create a new, open a new folder. So you can say open. So when I click open, this is my system. So depending on what you are using, I'm sure you'll be able to browse around your platform. I'll just save everything I'm doing inside Extra. I can create, like I said, create a folder of what project you are trying to do. So for now, I can just say project one. So this project one is the name of my project. It can be, based on what it is you are doing. So I create project one and I open. So immediately I do that, my window comes like this, asking me to trust the folder. Depending on what configuration you are doing, your view might be different. So let me change it to the default view that you will see once you are using this for the first time. I've over configured my terminal. So when you are running this for the first time, you are going to see Explorer. So running this for the first time, if you notice on the top left part of the screen, you see Explorer. This Explorer is to explore all your files in your project. You can see I have project one here. This is the name of the folder, project one. Notice that we've not started doing anything, or we've not started coding. We don't even have any file yet. This is still Visual Studio Code. What did I say Visual Studio Code is? Visual Studio Code is the environment where we make things happen, where we create the things we want to do. This is the environment, guys. We are not doing anything yet. This is the environment. So what we've just done so far, we've installed Visual Studio. I launched it. I open a folder and I create a new folder called Project One, and that can be named anything. So I now have my Explorer, and my Explorer is where I can now start creating the files I want to use. But you say, what kind of file do I want to create? We'll get there little by little. So you can see that I have an icon here that says plus, ability for me to add new file. And this is a lot of space here. You can right click here and you can say new file. What this does is ability for you to, create a new file. So just ignore everything you are seeing here. We'll get through all these things gradually. So don't let all these fancy icons distract you. Just focus on what it is we are doing. So you can do new file. Now this is where the action starts. This is where the action starts. This is where we're about to get serious to start creating our first HTML. So I can go ahead and say test. We want to test for the first time, and I will say test.html. Now, what have I done here? I have two things. I have the name of the file and I have the extension of the file. So for people that are new to, way computer works, every file has an extension. Every file has an extension. And the extension for HTML or for web pages is HTML. And HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So in computer deals with extension to understand the kind of file you are dealing with. For example, JPEG has j.jpeg. PNG stands for PNG. That's PNG file. That's image files. Now I'm talking about image files now. So you have .jpeg, you have PNG, you have BMP, you have TIFF or something. So most files, all files on your computer works with extension, and these extensions are what the computer is going to use to recognize the file you are working with. Even Microsoft Word has what? .docx also. Excel also have the extension. So a web page is not also excluded. A web page also has its own extensions. So let me play with some zooming features here so that we can see what it is we are doing clearly. So I just want to do some zooming so that our things will be, let me do 3. Yeah. So that you guys will see what I'm doing more obvious. So what have we been able to do? We've been able to create our file. Mind you, this file that you've created here is also available where? In your folder, like in your computer. You can see that this is my computer. This is my file that contains the project one. You can see the project one here, and then you can see the test file that I created. So it's very possible that you can, create your file elsewhere and open it with Visual Studio Code. This is just file. Now, having said that, let's continue. We want to start writing code now. We want to start doing the main thing. Let's write our first hello world. So I can just say hello, right? Hello world. So this is your first HTML page. Just by typing anything there, type anything that comes to your mind here, and it will show on a browser. Remember that web pages renders on browsers. So how do we make this thing show now? So if you go to your file that I opened, you can see that the file is located here. You should know where you save, this project. When you created it, you should know where it is so that you can easily go to it at will. So see that it has your .html extension, and .html extension can open with what? Can open with Internet Explorer, or rather a browser, a web browser. So I'm going to use one of my web browser to open this up now. So if I do this, and I'll show you the result. Look at what I have. I have hello world opening in your browser. This is your first HTML page. Don't worry if you're not seeing it now. It's going to be available in the video, but let me make it that you can see what I'm making visible. So you should see this now. So that's our first page, guys. Let's go back and continue. I'm trying to locate. So do you guys have any question? In the absence of no question, I will continue. Okay. The whole thing we'll be doing throughout this course is HTML. So we're not going to be introducing other files. Mind you, there are other files that we can create. But because we're just doing HTML, we're going to be focused on HTML. Now that we've done this, you will begin to wonder that that thing that I showed you guys is not looking interesting. It's just white and text. That's not really, anything, so to say. It's not really spectacular. What's the whole big deal about? Okay, before we go ahead and start doing, wonders, let's get help somewhere. One of the major purposes of an IDE is to make your life easy. One of the major purposes of IDE is to make your life easy. Look at how tedious it is. We have to come here. We have to now open it, through another browser. That's kind of long thing. Why can't we have the browser show here in this page? You can actually have that happen. So you can do that by going to extensions. That's the power of the IDE now. We're exploring the power of the IDE. Click on extension here and search for preview. Now what preview does is to give you the preview of what you are doing. Meaning as you are making changes to it, it's going to be showing you your result. That makes your whole work easy. So once you click on preview, note the one that I'm clicking on is the second one here, live preview, and it's from Microsoft. Has like 4 million downloads or so. So you can install it. I have it installed already. Notice that it's saying that I should uninstall or disable. If you are viewing this for the first time, it's going to write install. So click on install and you should be good to go. I think in less than 5 or 10 seconds, you should have it installed. Once it's installed, how do you use it? Good question. You come to your Explorer back. So when you are looking at this on your own screen, your Explorer might be located somewhere here, but just note the icon. So once you click on the Explorer, you will right click on this file here and click on show preview. You can't miss it. You click on show preview. Once you click on show preview, you will see your results on this other side. You will see your results here. So this way, whatever you do here, it gets updated on the right hand side. So you can see, oh, this is the website I'm testing. Now, let me take it up a notch so that we can end today's class. Let me take it up a notch so that we can end today's class. Because I don't want to load you guys too much. Because this is not, looking interesting yet. Let's go ahead and start. Let's write a bit of, do I introduce you guys to a new code? Okay, so don't let me push you guys further. Let me allow you guys to go and install, because this class is supposed to be very short. It's an introductory class. I will allow you guys to install Visual Studio Code, run your first test like this, and then send me your screenshot once you have it done. Send me your screenshot once you have it done. So that's the end of today's class. Do you guys have any question?
On the laptop.
Come again.
On our phones on the laptop.
I didn't get that. Oh.
I said, do you mean we should do that on our phone? Or
No,
on our
on your laptop. Are you using your phone to watch this? I will recommend, I put it in the post, I always recommend that you use your laptop to watch this. Use your laptop so that you can get the full experience. Because if you are using your phone, this will be so small to watch on your phone. But it's fine because I'm gonna send this to you guys now. It's already recorded. I'm saving it and sending it to a private link where you guys can download. So you are supposed to use your laptop, not your phone. It's your laptop.
okay, sir.
Yep.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no problem. So that
I do have mine already.
okay.
I do have each record already. It's
Okay.
already installed there. All the extensions have been installed as well.
That's great. That's great. Nice one. Nice one. So I know sometimes you can be ahead of the class. It's fine if you're ahead of the class. You know, you can just be patient with us. We will always go. So let me also add this to what is going on, what is happening, or the way we run these stuffs. We have this class running synchronously. We have this class running, with other classes. So we have HTML, we have Bootstrap running with HTML. So meaning there's another set that is already running in front of us. And we don't slow down for anything. If you are not catching up, you can chat me up within the week or within the days that we are not live. And then I can take you up so that, I can put you up to the speed. And you can always retake the class. So we are not, making sure that, oh, you finish. No. And that's why I've made the group different or separated the groups so that people don't feel like everybody has left them behind. So the group this is HTML group. And once we finish HTML group, if everybody, is comfortable and is comfortable with HTML group, HTML class, we'll move them to the next class, which is CSS. So like that until we finish the program. So if you are, you are not able to move to the next class, that's fine. Because we'll always retake the class again from beginning for the next batch. So the next batch again is like maybe 1 month or 2 months time. So I'm not saying for HTML because HTML is not that too difficult. So maybe when we get further, because most times people, when they get to JavaScript, sometimes I have someone that have taken JavaScript twice before they could able to understand it. So it's possible like that. So I have to mention that. So and we have somebody that from HTML they jump to JavaScript. So we have people that already know all these things already. So and the good thing is that the class is always available for you guys, and we have all the courses online, so you can go through the courses. And the advantage of you going through the courses online is that when you come to the class like this, you can ask questions that I can solve here directly, and it makes it more rich instead of you waiting, for me to bring up something that you might not need to know. That you don't need to know, but it's not addressing your need. By the way, every individual should have what they want to do as a project. For example, you might say, oh, somebody, I want to do a real estate website, or I want to do a profile page, or I want to do a banking app. Now that banking app is in your head, all the things that you will need to design that banking app is what you'll be worrying you. And that's why I'm here, so that I can address such kind of things. Maybe you might say, oh, how can I design an animated logo? But it's not in the syllabus. But because you ask, I will take it. Do you get? That's the point of you. Whenever we give those courses, like, okay, to this class this is the link to this class. You will go and study it, and then you will not, because even if you did not ask questions, we will still review the class. We'll still do review of the class. Okay, guys, I think that's all for tonight.